look at this diagram of the periodic table. It shows metals in orange, metalloids in green, and nonmetals in gray. Metals are shiny solids that are ductile and malleable, and they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Nonmetals are often gases or brittle solids that are typically insulators of heat and electricity. The metalloids are along a diagonal line that separate the metals from the nonmetals. Their properties are intermediate between metals and nonmetals. Based on their location on the periodic table, what type of properties would you expect alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, halogens, noble gases? Transition elements and intertransition elements. Elements that are not part of the main group are found in two locations on the periodic table. The transition elements are in the middle region and the intertransition elements are in the lower region. Sometimes both groups of elements are together referred to as transition elements. All elements in these groups are metals. Most have high melting points. They often form colored compounds. They can react with other elements in various ways. Some of these elements are also radioactive, which means their atoms are unstable. Let's look at these two locations on the periodic table in more depth. Transition elements. Between the main group elements are the transition elements seen in blue in the figure at the right. These elements are metals and tend to lose electrons from stable ions. The transition metals all have very similar properties that are common to many metals. Unlike most main group elements, they do not always use the same number of valence electrons in chemical reactions. This leads to a variety of possible charges for each element. For example, the element iron, Fe, sometimes loses 2 electrons to produce the Fe2 plus cation, or it can lose 3 electrons to produce the Fe3 plus cation.